In society today, we are being attacked constantly with inauthentic conversations. Fakeness, trying to look cool, trying to be somebody we're not. That is why the Damn Dude podcast is here to have the authentic conversations that need to be had in a way that will make you think and say, Damn Dude.
What up, everybody? What is good? Welcome to the Damn Dude podcast.
Damn Dude.
This is season 4, episode 9, and welcome to the show, you guys. Welcome. This is a show where we have the conversations that need to be had in a way that'll make you think and say, damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
This show exists to help educate, entertain, and make an impact on the different contexts and perspectives that we have in life. Because I truly believe and have discovered that the more access we have to different contexts and perspectives, the easier, smoother, cooler, and just flat out doper life is. Yeah, dig? So welcome to the show, you guys. Welcome. Again, it feels like it's been a long ass time since I've talked to you guys, especially since we've been doing one episode a week lately. It's shit's been crazy, man. I'll tell you, it really has. And it's cool. A lot of learning, a lot of growth. Shout out to my lady, my beautiful Mingo. Dude, major props. She decided she was tired of her place she was working at and was like, because she loves what she does. And she's like, man, fuck this. It isn't fair. There's a lot of things cracking off, whatever, you know. And it's like, I'm getting a new job at a better place. So she just fucking within a day goes and gets hired, finds a new place, more pay, closer to home, this, that, all these things. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, dope. Like, all right, you know, fuck yeah. So congratulations, Ming. That's fucking dope. So proud of you. So, you guys, let's get into this episode. If you're new to the show, I'm your host, California Cow. I'm nobody special. I'm just here to share my perspective, and I happen to have a unique view and observance on life due to the nature of my upbringing, and I do my best to just share and document. I really create this for my family and my future, my kids, and so on. So it's like a talking photo album in a sense, or a talking, you know, whatever, how you want to call it. So yeah. So what I want to talk about is, I don't know if I should introduce myself more on every episode. I feel like the people who are locked in, but if you don't know who I am, I'm from San Diego. I go by California Cow, and I am somebody who really likes to make sure to do my best to share any version of wisdom, insight, truth, or anything that could be helpful to anybody as often as possible, being polite and as respectful and mindful as possible as I can to help deliver these messages and to be a person who stands for the truth, represents the truth, and you guys can look to and trust for the truth, even if it's not popular. You know, if you guys go back to like COVID episodes, you see where I stood on the whole thing. You see how I you know, went against the grain quite a bit towards a lot of people out there, and it is what it is. I'm just somebody who believes in authenticity and the truth as much as possible. So, with that being said, we're entering a whole new era, and a lot of people acknowledge and see this and have their own way of saying it. But essentially, we've got universes colliding, and that shit is happening. And universes, or merging, however you want to say it, transforming, building new, you know, there's many ways to say it. So, because of this, there's a lot of people getting zapped into their spirituality and feeling different depths of spirituality and things they can't explain and things they can't define and things that it's like, oh, I don't know, I'm just going crazy, let's just ignore that. Like, it's getting to the point where you can't ignore it anymore. And all the shit that all these woo-woo people have been talking about for all these years, and everybody's made fun of and called crazy and all this shit, you're finding out that it's all the truth, because everything else that all the crazy people have been saying turned out to all be true. Look at how we all fucking saw it, how we talked about aliens, or how we referred to people who believed in aliens like, I don't know, 20 or like what, in the early 90s or mid 90s, even in the early thousands, we thought these people were fucking nuts. Now, literally, the other day I saw like 50, I realized I'm starting to sound like one of these crazy people, but me and my family saw fucking spacecrafts flying through the sky, like 50 of them, last night actually. And they would just disappear. They would travel and they were all perfectly spaced apart. They would blink several times and then go a couple more yards and then disappear. As soon as it got to a certain star, they would just disappear. It was the craziest shit ever. The kids saw it, the adults saw it, everybody saw it. And say what you want, but dude, there was no denying that shit. One of the kids first was like, "Oh, I see a shooting star," and then said it again, and then again. We're like, "Bro, like, you're not seeing them in shooting stars. What are you talking about?" He's like, "Look." We look, we're like, "Oh shit, what, bro? That's crazy." So, anyways, with that being said, now when it was like everyone's laughing at, "Oh, manifestation," it's like, remember people would clown on that. People would say it was corny and fake and this and that. And it's like, it's not. It's grossly misunderstood and misused. And it's real. It's very real. There's a math to it, a science to it, an order to it. There's formulas for it. There's different ways you can do it. It's like all of our lives are not the way they are on accident. You know what I'm saying? We've all manifested and created our lives up to this point the way that it is. And whether you were fucking killing it, or you were the coolest kid in high school, or you weren't shit in high school and you still ain't shit, or you were cool and you're still cool, or you were cool and you're not cool, and you weren't cool and now you're cool, whatever the fuck you are, we are all in the midst of people waking up spiritually, because no matter where you stand, you can't deny that shit's been crazy. You can't deny that a couple months ago, time has just been warping and warping and warping, and that it wasn't, you can't deny that the day wasn't going from fucking like 6 a.m. to fucking 11 a.m. to all of a sudden fucking 2:30 to fucking 6:30 p.m. Like, that shit, I might sound crazy. I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, we're beyond that point, dude. Like I said, I do what I can to speak the truth, not even a version of my truth. I do my best not to. I realize I will when I put my opinion into things at times. And for the most part, I at least try to do my best to speak on the truth. And something that is just the truth, as we move forward into the space of people stepping into spirituality in different ways, and people accepting these different laws of physics and numbers and energy and vibrations and healing, and how it's not just about fucking the mind and the body. We need the spirit, the soul. We need it cleansed, clean, we need our soul clean so our spirit can exist clean inside of ourselves. You know, and it's like when we don't do the spiritual cleaning to cleanse our soul, like for me, the way I have this interpreted, if you're kind of confused about what's the difference between your spirit and your soul, for me, the way I see it and have learned is that your soul is you. It's like your living body, and your spirit comes from God into your soul, and they meet and they come together, and your spirit and your soul combine and they make you. That's why you are your soul, you are your body, and you are your spirit, and you are your mind, and you're all your sensations. You're all these things, right? We are all these things. So, being that a lot of people are really tuning into this and acknowledging this, and it's like there's a lot of people realizing that within certain religion, there's a lot of confines to where is acceptable else to explore. You know, and it's like something that I noticed is, and we'll get into this in a little bit, but more so what I want to say to lead into that is this day and age, with all these shifts happening that I'm mentioning, there is a lot of spiritual vultures out here. And I say vultures because they're just picking off the weak. And that's why I didn't choose to say snakes. And for me, what I've learned about snakes in terms of a spiritual sense, snakes relate to the feminine and the female spirit and your mother. And that's kind of like the spiritual representation of the snake for people. And within that, there's more meaning to it, obviously. That's just like the one that resonates with me the deepest. And this is also why the snakes are used in the medical symbol and all this, because it's used to heal, right? And when we can look and view these different entities as different things, from a different context, then we can gain more understanding. So, like, for example, when we look at the Adam and Eve story, the snake came and said, and then a lot of people put the evil on the snake. But no, that's not what that's incorrect, I should say. And why I say that is because the snake, whatever, that's irrelevant to this. With the snake, it shows you what and who you are. A snake is a direct reflection of your level of fear, of your level of anxiety, of your level of jumpiness, of your level of fight or flight. A snake is an exact representation of you. It's a mirror right back to us. And that's the thing, and that's why in a lot of spiritual teachings, spiritual teachings more so meaning like, or practices, meaning people who participate in ceremonies and plant medicines and indigenous cultures who take the time to interact with the spirit and the nature of nature. You know what I mean? And with the understanding that we are nature, we are spirit, and we all come from great spirit. And there are many levels to this and many layers to this. And Jesus being one of the biggest figures, right? So, with that being said, I will say that I fucking love Jesus. He's one of my main spiritual protectors that rides with me in the center of my back. And if that sounds crazy to you, it is what it is. I have spiritual protectors who surround me. And I'll share it with you. On the left, in my back, in my left shoulder, is the protector, Mary. In the middle, in my back, is Jesus. On the right is Metatron. In front of me is two Indian warrior chiefs. To the front left and to the front right. In the center is the spirit and the power and the soul of the gorilla. To the right is the power of the dragon. To the left, or I should say spirit and power of the dragon. And to the left is the spirit and power of a Pegasus unicorn sort of thing. And directly to my right by my side is my green tiger. And I have other animals that walk with me. Some of the snakes, some of the owls, the hawks, the eagles. And I use these tools to protect me and to protect my house and my family and my people. And I highly suggest that everybody gain spiritual protectors, because why not? You know what I mean? Like, if it's just true that we exist beyond just physical matter, then why would you not even try? You know what I'm saying? So one thing I'll touch on real quick is like a problem we're having as a spiritual collective right now is that a lot of people, it's like if anything is not their religion or it's not just Jesus, it's like, oh, that's the devil. It's like, no. Jesus is one of a set of 12 ascended masters who are all a set of a total of 33 ascended masters. So it's like there are many beautiful entities and deities out here who are very powerful. Metatron, Mary, there, Vishnu, just all like whoever, right? Shiva, all just, you can go any direction with this, right? Different Buddhas. And that's the thing. A lot of people think Buddha is a god, but Buddha is more so a person can turn into one. It's it's enlightenment, an enlightened individual. And an enlightened individual is what all 33 of the ascended masters were. And this is why we respect Jesus and why we respect these people, right? Not only for their good work, but because of who they are as a spirit, as an entity, right? And with that, there are many good ones. So it's like people who think that they're doing good are actually like pushing bad stuff. It's like, why would you not want more spiritual protectors? Oh, a hummingbird just showed up for me. He's right outside. That's fucking sick. Like, why would you not want more good, powerful spiritual protectors? You know what I mean? And like for me, my spiritual protectors came through ceremonies. It came through deep meditation or breath work, or typically at the end of like really hard times. And it's just like, I have some dream, I have some vision, I have some conversation, and then signs appear everywhere. And I'm like, okay, I'm smart enough to pay attention to the signs, So we got a lot of people out there, excuse me. There's a lot of people out there who think they're serving and standing for goodness and are really and it's really misunderstandings and pushing darkness, confusion, and essentially taking you further away from the point, right? So that's where it gets kind of dangerous in a sense, because you've got people it's like, I love that people go out and rep for Jesus. I think that's dope. Like, people should do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But there's a certain point to where there's an inauthenticity to it, and that individual's not living their own life and using the principles and teachings and understandings and power that Jesus is, right? So it's like, there's a limit as to how far you can go with almost using it as an excuse, right? And it's like, if you're using Jesus as an excuse, or spirituality as an excuse, then is it just entertainment at that point? Is it just a persona? Is it just a phase? Is it like for a lot of people going through like a thug phase, or a gangster phase, or a skater phase, or a fucking pretty boy phase, or a hippie phase, or a hipster phase, or whatever, right? Like, so, excuse me. There's a lot of people out here who push things that at the core of it is good, but to the point they're taking it, it's lost, and all the power is lost, and there's an inauthenticity to it. And that's immediately when people tune out, is when things are inauthentic. So, or I should say, well, yeah, because I was going to say, sometimes if somebody's spitting something that's too authentic, their inauthenticity pushes them away. And I realize the way that I talk and the things I speak about on the show, it really fucking irks the people who are inauthentic with themselves and their spirituality. And the people who really celebrate their own authenticity, they love hearing this type of conversation. So that's where it's like, I stop and I'm like, am I fucking like, I know I'm not alone on this shit. Like, where is everybody? Like, and then I go and I find out, and it's like that most people are just grossly misunderstanding what it means to be connected to themselves spiritually. And so, like, kind of back to these spiritual vultures, there's a lot of people who know how to tune in, or they're tapped in, or they can tap into their spirituality or their spirit world or other dimensions, Yet they haven't done the work for themselves, let alone done enough work to help guide and heal any others setting out on their spiritual journey to actually be able to do anything effective. And oftentimes, people who do this lead people down really, it's like they're just sharing their pain with them. And when you engage in things like that, where somebody's just sharing their pain and spreading their pain through the entities that they're engaging with, and they don't even fucking know, they're just engaging with whatever. They don't have spiritual protectors. They don't know their spiritual role, right? And it's like, I fully believe we all need to understand our spiritual roles in life. For me, I understand I am a warrior of the light. I'm a warrior of love. I'm a warrior of authenticity, what is right and what is good. And that's who I am, and that's what I stand for and I ride for. And that's my spiritual role for now, right? Until I graduate. I already know what it's going to that this is where I'm at. That's my role. And I'm here to fight the good fight, and I will survive this shit, and we will win. Because there's many others like me. There's many others like us who know their spiritual role, and they fucking stand for that shit. And this is why they do good things in real life too. And this is why they're good people in real life. And this is why they get to celebrate having a beautiful life, is because they've taken the time to do the healing and understanding of their role, right? So there's a lot of people out here offering, oh, this ceremony, this ceremony, this ceremony, this ceremony. And it's like, a lot of these people, you could just kind of look at them and you can feel their energy, their soul. It's like, you are such a hurt. Like, there's something behind this. There's something it's like, not from a judge, you're so this or that. It's like, no, there is literally something that's like blocking the flow of energy and what's going on, right? So it's very interesting. Like, you got to be very, very careful when you're engaging with people in spiritual healing, in plant medicine healing, in anything like that, where you're working deep inwards. You've got to really be careful and mindful of the people who are offering these things. And there's a lot of people who can get away with things up to a certain limit being incomplete with themselves, or not healed, I should say, or still very inauthentic with themselves, because that's probably the biggest version of not being healed, is being inauthentic with yourself. And for these people, it's like they can get away with doing yoga or meditation or breath work or little workshops like that and this and that, and sound baths and crystal healing and Reiki and things like that. That's all like the very base level of this type of work, I feel like. Maybe it'd be like personal development along with that. It would probably be at like, the point of people really start waking up. You start learning about your food, the fucking how much bullshit's in the water and in the air and da-da-da and all these things, right? Like all the conspiracy theorist shit. And you find out, oh shit, it's all true. Like, damn. Well, most of it anyway. But, so like, you've got these people who will go and create ceremony or open spiritual lines, connections, portals, and have no idea what is what. And that's so dangerous, because if they have not healed and done the work for themselves to where, let me say this, a good host is one who understands the power of their and the universe's light and dark sides at a very personal level, and has healed and shined light and love to all their darkness. Because that's the only way. It's like allowing understanding and mastery of darkness with the love and understanding of love, light, clarity, and that it brings after enduring hardships, pressure, and the healing that occurs in the process. Like, dude, if we're able to shine light on all the dark shit. And that's the thing, is like all the dark shit, it can stay dark, but it's like once you've shined light and love on it, it's just illuminated now. So the thing is, if you don't do that, like if you don't go and heal the little hurt child within you, you're going to forever carry that darkness with you. That darkness is weight, it's pain, it's all of that shit you don't want to feel, right? So it's like a good host understands and has done that with themselves. There's a lot of people out here who can talk a good talk. And what I've learned is that like a very good host or shaman or anybody like that, or a good spiritual teacher, they're very humble in the positive way, not by the definition of meaning of being meek, but more so like having a deep understanding and connection to themselves. By humble by the definition that we kind of socially agree on, not by the textbook definition, because it says to be meek and think of yourself as less than others or something like that. But anyways, but more so being like incredibly respectful that you're not like bothering people, you know? A lot of times a good ceremony host or teacher or spiritual teacher is somebody who it's like you catch them and they look like very normal people. You would never expect that they're as magical and powerful as they are. And almost all the teachers that I've met and seen, I'm like, who like really made a fucking difference? My first judgment was like, what the fuck? Like, this guy is the guy? Like, what? Like, but he looks like he's got on like, or you know, whatever. And then like time goes by and I'm like, oh, I was just being judgmental and I wasn't able to see how deep these people were, because they were scanning, reading all my light and dark and pain and light and just everything. And I'm like, oh shit, these people are very, very fucking tapped in a very good way. So again, you've got all these people who are culture vultures, spiritual vultures, and they hop onto the hippie thing and they get the, you know, this whole new age thing. And a lot of it's funny. A lot of these people are such bullshit. And I'm telling you that as somebody who's very woo woo and tapped in and I believe in all this crazy shit. Yo, the way that this is publicly, we look ridiculous. This shit looks silly. It looks so funny. And that's because most people are funny. Most people are doing weird shit with all this. You know what I mean? And it's like, there's a lot of people who, when they partake in these things, it's like it's entertainment or they just want an experience. And it's like, no, this isn't about entertainment or an experience. Like having a good time or having fun is a byproduct. That's definitely part of ceremonies. Most of the, like pretty frequently, you know, it's like, you're so happy, you feel so good, but that's only after doing a lot of healing, which you've done previously or anything else, right? Or in that session or ceremony or whatever. So it's like, there's a lot of people not treating it with the respect and the reverence that it is and that it deserves. The same way motherfuckers out here just cut down trees and pick fruit and whatever, and they don't ask the tree, they don't say thank you, they don't participate in anything like that. They don't ask the land for permission when they enter or anything. Like those things, I don't know, it's like they if you stop and you appreciate it and you say thank you. Now I'm not saying I'm perfect and I do this every single time, but I do my best, you know, to stop and say thank you and ask the land before I enter, before I do something. And it's like, yeah, I ride dirt bikes. Yeah, I love off-roading, all that shit. And it's like there's a happy medium we get to live in. Me and all these other fucking rednecks out here riding motorcycles in the desert, we're not enough to destroy fucking the entire desert or Mother Earth or Mother Nature, Pachamama, none of that. It's not enough. There's not enough people who even know how to ride a motorcycle to have that happen, right? So I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get our 3D world, real life, physical, da-da-da-da-da. And if we all stop and ask permission and say thank you at least stop and say thank you, to the things that we have, that we eat, that we enter, that we use, that we consume, that we just be so privileged about, So, like I said, we've got these spiritual vultures who are just fucking buzzing, and it's everywhere right now. You got all these people online about their it's just everything, dude. Like, I don't even want to get into it. It's like, it's weird because I like that this conversation is getting promoted, and me and my boy Sebastian talked about this in either the last or the previous episode where we sat down and spoke, where we talked about, it's like, okay, there's a lot of people watering this down. There's a lot of people doing this wrong. There's a lot of people doing this not in good ways with not good intentions. And it's like, okay, that's good, because what's going to happen is the people who are real. They're going to be the ones who last and actually are the ones transforming and doing the work for the people. These other people, at least they're in the inquiry of it. Let's hope that they just continue down their journey and understand that, that if you don't know shit, you don't know shit. And it's okay to admit that. And it's actually smarter to admit that. That's why for me, I say I'm nobody special. I don't know shit, dude. All I know is my observations and collection of of ideas about those observations. I do my best to not make anything mean anything. I'm just like, no, it just, what is. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm not trying to do anything all weird or this or that. It's like, I just want to help people, dude. I want to see people win. I fucking love seeing people win. Because when I see people win, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a winner too. What the fuck? Like, what am I doing over here? Right? So it's like when we see people who win and we love them and they love us and we all have respect for each other and love for each other, it's the best thing ever.
Damn, dude.
You know what I mean? So it's like, dude, the fuck are we doing? Let's win, you guys. So you got to ask yourself, and ask more so these fucking people, ask yourself what you think these people would say based on appearance, based on their attitude, based on their everything. How far would this person go to make money? Right? Like, how far would a person go to make money? How far is this person willing to go? You got all this P. Diddy shit going on right now, and that's like, whoa, okay, there's a lot of people willing to go really motherfucking far. Like, damn, homie. And people have been calling out for years. I've always thought P. Diddy was fucking weird. I enjoyed a couple of his, music things back in the, from before, but that's about it, dude. I don't really fuck with P. Diddy like that. I never really have. Anyways, with that, it's like, yo, that's just exposing how far a lot of these people are willing to go. And we're seeing that almost every single shiny celebrity who's fucking all hot and this and that has either been fucked, got fucked, is gonna get fucked, or is fucking somebody who they don't want to be fucking. Or they're getting fucked by an old fat dude, or apparently a young black dude. We got Pete Diddler over here. Like, dude, that shit's gross. And if you think about that, how far away that is from just the common guy who's kind of a dirtbag. Like, the guy won't pick up his own trash. The guy, if nobody's looking, will just do whatever the shitty thing is. That guy in society. That guy has no morals either. But how far is that guy from those guys, right? That's pretty far. So it's like, it's crazy that the people we're worshiping and idolizing is these people who's like worse than the lazy piece of shit who just leaves his trash wherever, right? Like, that's crazy. You get what I'm saying? Like, you get how impactful that is? Like, how deep that is? Like, that's gross. That's gnarly. That's crazy. Like, this is why authenticity is going to win. And those who are tapping into their spirituality and goodness, and when I say spirituality, I more so mean the collective consciousness where all the good things and positivity lives. And we have to be of that and believe in that and participate and work for and push towards that in order to have that. Right? Otherwise, it's like, what else do we have, man? So I think it's wise we gather our spiritual protectors, know who they are, and carry them with us at all times and thank them. Right? And talk to them. Because what else do you have? Right? Excuse me. So, last thing I'm going to touch on is, I'm sure the question comes up, because clearly you guys have definitely seen me struggle and stuff through life and all my circumstances. And something you could take from all that is I never was, there's moments where I was being a little bitch about stuff, but I admit it. I own up to it. I go back, I own everything, right? I don't take back anything. And that's the thing, is like, I know that what makes me qualified to host ceremony and do my part spiritually that I have been appointed to do is because I was chosen. I appeared in the jungle. I didn't know why I was going, but I went because my gut feeling told me to. God told me I needed to, and I went. I sat with the tribes people. We participated in ayahuasca ceremonies and all sorts of different ceremonies, different cleansing, tobacco ceremonies, different cleansing modalities, right? And, from the plant baths to everything, it's so much. I can't even remember the names of half the shit that I was doing or participating in. And these people told me, the main maestro of the village, Maestro Elario, after studying me for like 2 days, he's like, you're here. Like, you're finally here. I've been waiting for you. I was like, what? And he had somebody translate it to me. And I was like, what? Like, I don't even get it. I was like, I just kind of laughed it off. I'm like, okay. Like, sure. It's like, And then as time goes on, he's telling me, yeah, here, you need to learn these songs. You need to do this. You need to learn this. You need to learn this. You're going to go home and host ceremonies and you're going to heal people. And I'm like, what? I legit did not fucking get it. I didn't get it. I stuffed these talents, this information, this gift from God, really, in a drawer. I stuffed it away. I stuffed it in my bookcase. And I just left it until one day I started noticing shit was cracking off spiritually. And I was like, and then I started having dreams of these songs. And then I just kept dreaming about it. And I would just dream every fucking night for months in these songs. So, well, I should say first it was for like days and days. And then maybe like a week goes by, maybe a little longer. I pull out my notes of all the songs. I lost all the recordings. I had to like fully start over. I had to do some fucking research to learn how to do all this stuff the right way again, at least is as right as I can do. And I practiced 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 nonstop. I would be dreaming about it for months and months and months. And I still dream in Icaros sometimes. And it's not infrequent that I'm just singing, in these songs, the healing songs, they're called Icaros. And Icaros, they hit all the vibrations in your body and they heal you and they take you on different spiritual journeys and these journeys specifically are to kind of show you your old shit, to heal it, cleanse it, push it out. And there's other parts which are also used to heal and cleanse. And so anyways, I went out there and I was chosen. I'm like, oh shit, okay. And they just kept telling me, dude, you are strong. You are strong like none other. Like, holy shit. And what they were saying was my spirit. Like, your spirit is so strong. Like, what the fuck? Like, we haven't seen some shit like this, really. Like, this is crazy. And I didn't know how to take it. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this means or what. And it's like, I don't know. What all I know is it's like I can do what I do with just maximum judgment, maximum humiliation. People who are scared of me, people who are laughing at me, people who are judgmental about me, people who are whatever, right? And it's like, no, I could still do this. And it's just been like a superpower, it feels like, to be able to step into this more and develop this character more for myself, right? So I realized that I've done a whole lot of work spiritually in the last, 5-10 years, really. And especially the last 5 years or so, 5-6 years, that I kind of let all my 3D world stuff fall apart. Like, along with COVID and all this shit, it was like I just needed to back out of life. Like, I was like, dude, I need to go recluse and I need to unlearn all this shit and relearn fucking everything from a whole new standpoint and perspective. And it's like, I'm not afraid to just do it again and do it again and do it again. Like, fuck that. I won't ever fucking quit on myself, dude. And as I work my slave job currently, it's been kicking my ass to the fucking maximum, and I'm grateful for it. And I'm ready to just stop doing that shit. So I'm actually going to do something about that starting today. Anyway, it's been fucking crazy. And I realize that as I've let my whole 3D world fall apart, there was just a lot I had to learn spiritually, mentally, physically, everything. And be able to step back into the world again powerfully with a solid team and group of people. Like, my people who fuck with me really fuck with me, and I really fuck with them. And those are the people that I want to see just win the most. And it's like, when you see me on Instagram putting on for different people, it's like, dude, these people go hard for themselves, so I go hard for them. It's as simple as that, So it's like, I realize, fuck, I gotta go hard for myself again, dude. Like, I've really just fallen off the wagon. And those of you guys who really know me over a long period of time, you've seen it, and you've seen me rebuild myself. And as I'm rebuilding myself, and it's like, like the people who are really my fucking people, who I haven't spoken to in a while, it's like, damn, bro, like, I recognize, I don't even know what to say, dude. Like, it just seems incomprehensible. Like, I don't even know what to say, bro. Like, this is one of those things where it's just kind of beyond me, and I realize that you're just a strong motherfucker, and you're going to get through it, and I just know that about you, and you're going to come out better. And I'm like, whoa, fuck. All right, thank you. Hell yeah. Okay, thank you. Let's go. Like, I'm down, and I love you, and I got your back. Specifically, that makes me think of Broughton. Shout out to you, Broughton. I fucking love you, bro. Whether you listen to this episode or not, it's in the universe. Also, everybody just go follow him at lugnut_521 on Instagram and on YouTube. Badass motherfucker. One of the best people on this whole fucking planet. So yeah, you guys, it's been real. Please be sure to not only tell a friend about the Damn Dude podcast, share this, help us get some exposure to those who really need it, and to help guide people in the right direction, because I got connections in, around for people who need different healing in different parts of the world, and fully legal stuff and the whole deal. So we're good. So yeah, holler at me. And while you're at it, you guys, please be sure to go check out Ignite the Spark Within. Oh no, It Takes a Leap. It Takes a Leap is the book. Ignite the Spark Within with Sebastian Hernandez, the podcast. Go check that out. Also go download Yamamoto_boss, latest EP, Boss Level 1. Also, if you need solar, the best solar literally in the fucking country, maybe even world, holler at Ollie from Solar Fuse. Solar, Fuze. Go check them out on Instagram. Go check them out on YouTube. All that good stuff. Tell them Calvin from the Damn Dude Podcast sent you. California Cal sent you. And they will get you taken care of. Literally the best. They're cleaning up all the other solar companies' messes who... There was like 1 trillion solar companies that popped up in the last 15, 20 years. And they all just disappeared. These guys are cleaning up everybody's mess. I think they even had to start their own company on the side to handle all that. So please be sure to go check them out. Also go check out WeCleanPlanet.com, cleanplanet.com, WeCleanPlanet on Instagram, because they're helping make this world a better place. That's the best nonprofit organization in existence. Yeah, Dad. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And please be sure to tell a friend 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 to tell your friend to tell your best friends, cousins, uncles, redneck, pastry making, sourdough shaping, pig stamping, hoof clapping, duck goosing, swan swaddling, rednecks, uncles, best friends, sisters, tractor riding, son of a gun, hot dogging, flip flogging, mollywogging, tick tacking and patty whacking, rolling down the hill at 90 miles an hour about the Damn Dude motherfucking podcast. You dig? Because you know that strange, unique individual absolutely needs some of this information. And you know they're tapped into some crazy shit spiritually because they live out in the middle of nowhere. And people who live in the middle of nowhere and live in nature and engage in nature are pretty fucking tapped in. So, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. This was season 4, episode 9. Have a beautiful day. Much love. Peace.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.